Okay. So, guys, thanks a lot for joining us. And as I always say, Sunday mornings are not very comfortable for attending such kind of events. But you joined it. Thank you. That means you're serious. You really have a thing or two for books and writing. So, welcome to the eighth session of what's the name?
Friday author
Super
challenge.
Author Summit.
Super author.
Yeah. So welcome to the eighth section of Super Author Summit, and I'm so happy to see you, all of you in this room. It's gonna be super fun because the name is Super Author Summit, so it's gonna be super fun. And we have four super authors today: Nalini, Sindhu, Priya, and Annie. Also, we have a special guest, Mr. K. M. Balaraj, who is a very famous poet in the South India, from South India, and from Andhra Pradesh to be very specific. So it's gonna be really exciting, fun talking to him as well, and taking guidelines from him, learning from him. So are we guys excited? I want to see.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yes.
So thank you. I'm super excited as always. Okay, now since you joined, and I can see a couple of names who have joined previously. So I want to ask you guys before we start, how was your experience last time? Let me start with Logesh.
Hi, Anshuman. Can you hear me? Is it audible?
Loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was wonderful last week, Anshuman. Literally, I think 3 or 4 people were there, right? Who already had gone through your course and what was their experience in terms of what they were earlier and after attending your courses, how exactly it was and how they transformed their life and all those things. It was wonderful, but as I said, unfortunately there was some internet problem which I couldn't be able to continue further last week. So that's why I am here again, so excited. Guys, I'm telling you, after hearing the last week's story, it was wonderful. So stay tuned. There are a lot of things is on the way, and I wish all the best for everybody. And please stay tuned. Thank you, Anshuman.
Thank you, Logesh. Thank you, Logesh. And yeah, stay tuned. Wait till the end because this is the format. So I'll talk about this program. I don't take a lot of time. Then I'll pass it on to the authors so that they can share their story about the book, how they did it, why they did it, and everything. After that done, we'll open the Q&A so that you can ask anything to your favorite authors, and that's gonna be fun. Okay, so about this program, this is called a 5-day author challenge, which I conduct every week, and we help people to publish their book, to share their story with the world. And on the seventh day, here we are on this event. It's called Supporter Summit, where they can actually share their story with everyone who is joining this event, and so that it's not only like a book promotion thing. It's not a book promotion thing. It's about sharing the experience so that you guys can learn from them. Okay, not just about the book. Obviously, you can learn a lot from the book. It's not only that. You can learn from the story as well. One thing I want to make very clear from the beginning: this is not possible for any of us to change your life in just 1 hour or maybe in 2 hours. That's not possible. So we cannot change your life in 1 hour. If you're watching with, and any of you have this mindset that okay, I'll attend this event and it will change my life, that's not going to happen. But if you listen to the story, it inspired, you apply those things in your life, you read their books, then definitely it can change your life. So stay tuned. I'll quickly introduce the authors. So the first author we have is, let me see this. So first we have Nalini. She's a IT professional, a productivity practitioner, and the book is called Productivity Secrets. Okay. Now, okay, it's a secret, so I won't say anything about the book. So, Nalini, would you like to introduce your book, please?
Yeah. Thanks, Anshuman. So I don't know anything about book writing, first of all, but then on last Sunday, I attended the session and I just took the action. Now here I am. So always I wanted to be better version of myself. like be it being professional or personal. I wanted to be better version of myself. So that I always strive, and I always try many tips, whatever I read. So in that journey, I found that a few technical tips and also few personal tips which I applied and found the results. So those are the secrets which I wanted to share with every one of you, and I want everyone to be better version of themselves. So I wanted to achieve that through this book, and that's the purpose of it. And that happened because of Anshuman. So I'm super excited. I want people to read, and not only read but apply it and see the results. So that's my goal. That's all about it, and it was wonderful knowing this family. That's what I can say. Yeah, thanks, Anshuman. Over to you.
Thank you, Nalini. And you have written a book on productivity. Okay, so what are things that you have seen as a project manager or the IT professional? You must have
Hmm.
seen a lot of things which have inspired you to write this book. I'm
Yeah,
so excited. I'm eagerly waiting to hear about those things, and I'm
yeah.
sure it will help people who are watching this. They can also
Mhm.
read this book and they will understand why this book is really required and why productivity is a thing that people should talk about. Not only talk about, they should practice.
Yes. So I want, my goal was make people practice. If they listen something, and they will carry it away with the flow. So for example, we'll see it but will not apply it. We know the formula but we don't know when to apply and which situation to apply. There are so many contradictory statements, like you have to take action immediately, otherwise uh, you will not fall. But in some places you have to think and do, or some places you have to experiment and see. And I have given the guidelines of how to experiment, and I have given the methods. If this doesn't work for you, you go for this. It's not, there is no hard and formula for everything. So your, it is customized kind of thing. I have given some tips. Within these tips, people will be able to find one or the other solution working for them and see the results for themselves and stick to that solution. That's what I wanted people to learn from this book or take away from this book. You're on mute, Anshuman.
Thank you, and sorry for that. So I was saying that's really wonderful because a lot of people say these are the tips you have to follow to achieve something in your life. But most of them, they don't say that this thing will not work for you. And in your book, you are actually saying that, okay, you know what? There are 10 things that you can practice, but same time, you have to be careful while practicing those things because not necessarily everything will work for you. And that is the secrets. Okay. You have to know more. I'm not going to tell anything about it. Okay. Thanks, Nalini. And that is one thing. Productivity is one thing, but the core is the value, right? So your value can make you or break you. And we have Annie with the same title of her book. So Annie, would you like to put some light on this book?
Hi, everyone. And thanks, Anshuman, for giving us all this opportunity. First of all, for birthing new authors almost every week. So
Thank
I'm
you for joining. Thank you for believing in the system and doing it. You guys are awesome.
Thank you for believing in us that, it's possible, for anybody to become authors. It's possible for anybody to take up, a challenge and write. In fact, almost 24 hours of writing and then editing, it's almost like that. So thank you so much for that. Yeah, first of all, I am a wife and a daughter before I became anything else in my life. And now I am a transformational and confidence coach. My journey has made me into that. It's not that I chose to, this is what I want to become. My journey of low self-esteem and low confidence, because around, the year 2000, things that happened in my life, I had facial paralysis. I lost eyesight on, for 3 months on one eye, and the kind of so low, I mean, I was literally devastated. And how my, how slowly, it was not an immediate change, how, God literally brought mentors into my life. They just walked into my life and started changing. So I used my journey through every chapter, transitioning, from identity to victim mindset, and, becoming, taking a significant role in your life, having goals, how I started working in my life and how it can help every woman. It's just not fitnesses. every woman will have some kind of thing that can connect to me, but everything starts here in your mindset. So that is what I want to share and add value, so that every woman will start having dreams, because most of us women literally cover, hide our dreams, hide everything once we get responsibilities in life. Maybe if you're not, even if you're not married, it might be, responsibilities of parents and things around your society. But instead of hiding it, instead of burying those treasures that you've been given in life, I wanted, women to open up and share it. And so, yeah, and always, throughout my life, I've had my husband and my children supporting me and pushing me, even though I was, keeping myself back. So I'm so grateful for that. Yeah. And the rest, people have to learn, because there's one chapter which is my own favorite chapter, which I don't want to tell. People have to buy the book, and read it, so that they will understand that they cannot keep their dreams buried in themselves.
Right. Thank you, Annie. And this is actually something which bothers me a lot. People, a lot of people, I mean, okay, that's the wrong word to use. I won't say a lot of people, all of us, okay, we have some dreams, have some goals, want to achieve something, but most of them, they don't have the guts to take the first step. So, for example, everyone in the lifetime, sometime or other, they have thought that, okay, I want to write a book, for example, okay, but most of them, they don't take the first step of, picking up the pen and writing the first word or typing the first word. They don't. Uh, the value, the mindset, I would say the mindset, okay, which holds people back. And people should realize that, you know what, anything can be done. You can do anything. I can do anything. And the first thing is I have to have the right mindset. I have to understand the values that I have. I have to understand my strengths, and I have to understand my weaknesses as well, and take action. Like you said, your story, you have a very supportive family, which is, I mean, you're lucky, touchwood. But a lot of people, they don't have those kind of support. But honestly, if I tell you, you don't need a support to achieve something. So I'll share my story some other time. Everything that happened to my life, and how I have reached where I am right now. But yeah, don't wait for support, guys. If you really want something, take action, take the first step forward, and do it. You'll automatically get support. Now, if you see, I have a family of more than 200, 300 people. Okay. So, what you want? What else you want? Okay. So, thanks, Annie. Thanks for writing this book, and thanks a lot. Okay, since mindset, value, we covered mindset, we covered value, we covered productivity. So, like that, the different shades of our life. And okay, what do you mean? What is the first word that comes to your mind when I say 50 shades? I want to hear it from you guys. 50 shades of
Great.
who was that? Gray. Okay, but gray is just a color. I mean, gray is not even a color, I guess. Okay, but our next author has written something about you. So it's 50 shades of you, and I'm really curious to know why 50 shades. I mean, so here we have Priya Moitra. Hi, Priya.
Hi, Anshuman. So before answering that question, I would like to start with who I am and why I wrote that. So hello everyone, I am Priya, and I want to say that I'm happy today. So now I'll get to the point how I'm happy today. So a long time ago, probably 6, 7 years ago, I fell a victim of depression, and I come from a very happy family. I come from one of the families who are considered to be upper middle class. So there was no problem of any kind of financial problem, any kind of emotional problem. There was no problem at all. Still, I was a victim of depression. I was in school and I didn't know why. I was upset all the time. I was sad and I couldn't make friends and I had suicidal tendencies. I just didn't know why. So it took me a long time to discover myself, what was going wrong. And suddenly I had this feeling that maybe I'm depressed because I don't feel proud of myself. I don't feel I have achieved or I'm able to achieve what I am capable of. So this thing kept bothering me for quite some time after I knew the reason. So then 3 to 4 years back, I thought, no, I have to take my life into my own hands, and I can't be depressed anymore because I had screwed up my education because of this. Like my parents were putting in money for me to get degrees and have a good life, but that was just a waste because I couldn't get up from my bed. So I thought, this is not done. I have to take control of my life. So I started making small changes. Small, trust me, it was difficult to get up from the bed. I didn't get up for days together, and I didn't have any motivation. I didn't have any goal. I didn't know what I was living for. So like it used to be like at 9 a.m. I have my exams until 8:50. I'm probably just lying down, not able to wake up. So it became so difficult. So then I don't know from where I got this strength from within, and I was like, okay, let me start from changing very small things, like maybe not uh, maybe start reading a book like 1 page a day, or maybe start going for a walk because it was difficult for me to get out of the house or get out of the bed. Maybe just going for a walk for even 10 minutes, going outside the room. So these small things I started doing, and then eventually I started to do bigger things, which were like challenges for 30 days. Like I had huge anger issues, anxiety, panic attacks. I still have anxiety and panic attacks, but my anger issues have really come down. I used to get so angry, so annoyed. I used to scream on top of my lungs for no reason. And it used to started doing some meditation, and I started, uh, you know, understanding why am I having these anger issues. I started deleting toxic people from my life and doing a lot of good things that cumulatively proved to be very beneficial for me. So of the story is that a lot of times there are people, not just me, but there are people who are not way they are right. They feel that they can achieve a lot more. And that's the reason they don't feel confident enough. That's why their self-esteem really comes down, which happened to me. Now, in my book, 50 Shades of You, it's basically 50 challenges which will change the shades. Like each challenge will have a different shade in your life, which you would want to achieve, but maybe you're not able to achieve. So these are challenges that you can't be awesome forever. But even if you're awesome for 30 days, so my book is basically challenges of 30 days which you can do, um, which will make you feel good about yourself. So even if you do that challenge for 30 days, you'll feel proud that you were able to do it for 30 days. It's not for lifetime, just for 30 days. And after that, you'll see you're feeling so good that maybe a few challenges you can just make it a life anthem, and you can just do it forever. So I like Anshuman is such a great mentor. I asked him, what should I write my book about? Because I didn't believe I could write a book. So Anshuman told me, just look into yourself. You have lived 26 years of your life, and there would be something that would be inspiring and important enough to tell people about. So I really looked hard into myself, and I thought this is something I should bring back to the give back to my readers and be able to share it with people, so that this is not for everyone. This book is not for people who are happy in their life and who think they are able to achieve what they have achieved. This is the book for people who are struggling to achieve what they think they can achieve. So this is a book with which you can become a good girl or a good boy or a good person, even if it's for 30 days, and can be proud of yourself for doing that. Thank you. That was a long speech. Sorry for that.
So that's really awesome. And one more thing I want to share, I want you to share basically. So a lot of people think, as you rightly said, they have self doubt. They don't know whether they want to do it or not. They don't know whether they can do it or not, right? And apart from the example that you have mentioned in your book, there is one live example which I use a lot of time with a lot of people, a lot of students, my clients. I use you as a use case. So can you explain your journey while writing this book? And that is something really interesting, and people should know it because a lot of people think it's difficult, it's impossible, I don't have a topic in mind. So I want you to share your journey. That is really inspiring.
Yeah. So a clip is always shared by Anshuman of the Zoom classes he has conducted. So there's a combined clip of everything. So I say one sentence like, "Do you think it's possible that we can write a book?" And he says that I don't think it's possible. I know it's possible. So I didn't really believe that this would happen. Like I would be able to write a book. I thought maybe, if 10 people joined, one person will be able to write a book, and that sort of thing. So I had this doubt कि नहीं हो पाएगा मुझसे. So that's why I asked him, and he was so sure of it that I felt like, no, I should trust this man. Let's see what happens. And I have a feeling that I'm not the worst person in the class. Like again, I had this feeling that I'm always the worst person, but then I come up from that stage where I feel, no, I'm not the worst person in the class. So I had that much confidence. Um, so the first day this happened, and then I was asking him like, I don't have any topic in mind because I wanted to write a book since 8 years. I have not been able to. So how can I do it? So he said the same thing. Whatever you have, you think of yourself, that you can tell to people, look into yourself. So day one, I thought I'll write a book on perseverance. That's also a very good topic because I have persevered for everything. Like I have multiple failures. This is since childhood. Like I had a problem of speaking on stage. I used to just go there for a debate and I used to stand like pin drop silence, nothing coming out from my mouth. But then people laughed at me. Oh my God, my school, my audience completely laughed at me, and they were like, "Oh, you'll go the next time." Again, I went, and again I went, and again I went. So like that kind of journey has happened with me. So perseverance is something very important. So I thought of writing about it, but I couldn't find enough content of what I should write. So on day two, I was like flustered. I didn't know how to write it, and I thought, oh my God, I'll come last of class, as in, and everybody's going to complete their book, but I'm not going to complete my book. So that again turned into anxiety. Then I like digged deep and took advice from Anshuman, that Anshuman, this is something like, if I keep aside this was day two, like this is something I think I can write, challenges. I told him the story, and I told him that this means how much to me, and I can really complete the book. Because I can really categorize 50 challenges, and it'll be easier for me to write rather than writing a novel kind of book. So he was in with the idea, and then he held my hand throughout those 3 days, and finally we were able to do that. So I told, this book was published on 26th September. It's 6 months already done, and still I believe Anshuman is a magician, because sometimes when things happen in the near past, your gratitude and all of that is heightened, your feelings, your gratitude of being an author. But 6 months later, it might fade away a little, but no, I still believe Anshuman is a magician, and hats off to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you for the kind word. But the thing is, I'm not a magician. I have told this thing before also. Okay. So it's like I just show you the path, and you are the guys who actually walk the walk, right? Walk through the journey. So it's all about you. I've just shown you the path, and you believed in me. You believed in the system, and you put in the hard work, and that's the reason you are here. But one thing I should say over here, which you missed, okay, is you started on the day two. Okay, you completely changed your topic, everything, and till now, just before a couple of months, okay, you are the one who have written the longest book in this 5-day challenge, and that is 200 plus pages. And a lot of people say, if what quality you can offer in a 5-day challenge, right? Guys, go and read that book, 50 Shades of You. It's not only like you get immense value, the challenge. It's a very, I've read the book, and it's very action oriented book. So you can actually practice those things and you can get benefited. But for people who don't really want to practice those things, people who are really happy, like Priya said, it's not for you if you're really happy with your in your life. Still, I would say go and read that book, because it'll help you two way. One, it'll prove you wrong if you think in 5 days you cannot write a book with quality. That is one thing. And once you prove yourself wrong, okay, it opens a lot of doors for you. So I would highly recommend everyone in this room to please go and read that book, 50 Shades of You. And yeah, we have two more authors now, but stay tuned. After we are done with the authors, we'll open the Q&A so you can ask anything to your favorite authors. I'm also going to share a link where you can get all these books. So stay tuned. Okay, so now we have. Okay, how many of you have heard this thing? Like father, like son, or like father, like daughter. Most of us, right? Similarly, we had a live example of this thing in this room right now. We had a very famous author, and he incredible. He's a famous name, and like father, like daughter, her daughter joined this challenge and published her first book uh, last Friday. I mean, last week, this week only. So I don't want to say anything about any of them because I mean, I don't think I deserve to introduce them. So I would let them only introduce themselves. So Sindhu, would you like to take over, please?
Sure, Anshuman. Thank you so much. And I feel so happy today because, like, I thought of, as you said, like, like father, like daughter. I carry my father's name, like, Agnes Hindu Balaraju. After marriage, we generally change our surnames, but I had this privilege to carry my father's name. And yes, he's a very good artist, singer, and poet, and he has authored two books which are like kind of message oriented cartoon based books, and it's none other than my father, Mr. K.M. Balaraju. So it feels so proud to go live and publish my book in front of him. You made it, this is going to be a memorable day because, like, we were actually planning something for live publishing, something like that, because he is also up with his book. Probably in a week of time, we're gonna come up with, I mean, he gonna publish his book also. So this is something like, very special day for me. And yes, let me introduce myself first. So this is about my father, Mr. K.M. Balaraju. I just spoke about him. So let me introduce about myself. I'm Agnes Indu Balaraju, a certified nutrition and fitness consultant. Like, I started my career as medical representative despite being a gold medalist and a Pratibha Excellence Award holder. So my circumstances pushed me towards a job at the early age. When I was 19 and a half, I started to work, and it's kind of like a superb journey, I would say, because, like, my friends were studying in a renowned colleges. At the same time, I was waiting for doctors' calls. Almost 3 years, I worked as medical representative in Chennai, and today I'm coaching doctors about taking care of their self, like, to change their lifestyle, to get into healthy lifestyle. Basically, there are like a couple of doctors, one psychiatrist I'm coaching, and also one veterinary doctor, like, he based out of Chennai. So this is something like, I may not say like it is superb or something, but yes, if I look back, it sounds very good. So that's something. And this about this book. Before starting into the details of book, I had this something in my mind. I have to write some book, especially health and wellness related, but I don't know how to put it. I don't know the structure. I was thinking like publishing a book is a very very big task, because that's how my dad used to, like, he used to write pages to pages, and he used to draw. He used to like, sketch so many cartoons or so many things, and he used to have, like, wherever you see, you can find shields, papers, and color sketches everywhere in his room. So I felt like, oh my god, this is gonna be a big task. So let me limit myself with posts. I used to like, whatever I want to say to the audience, I used to create some scientific post in Instagram or Facebook, something like that. But then Sarika Rangani, the grandmaster, she introduced me to Anshuman, and this person is like was, incredible, because like within 5 days I was like, I enrolled like, long back, but I was like skeptical. Am I going to do this in 5 days? Am I really going to do this in 5 days? And what are the steps involved? So I was like continuously bugging, and then I understood, like within 2 days, 3 days, whatever the content, I had content basically, like, had content. I have surveyed more than like 400 people. Complete responses I got was somewhere around like 104 responses I got. And I interviewed a psychiatrist, so just to understand what is health. So is this something like, when we talk about health, we only think about weight loss, figure management, or probably like a fitness bodybuilding kind of thing. But what is health? Health is all about, being fit mentally, physically, and socially. So these three concepts I have, like, I have worked so much, I have researched so much, and I have drawn some beautiful insights and came up with a book. So my book name is basically like, and 8 rules to enjoy weight loss and lead healthy lifestyle. This is something like I've been coaching, like, from past 1 year. I have impacted close to 25 people, and it's kind of I would say, like, I'm just budding, but still, like, I want to impact more people with all this action oriented, insights about health. Basically, we always Google for diet. Like whenever we thought of, okay, I have to reduce weight, we just let me know, like, how many of you check your BMI before starting your weight loss? But that's wrong, that's wrong. We're not supposed to check BMI. Body mass index is just help you to understand where you are, obese, overweight, that's all. But what you have to do to start your journey, basically. So all those things have given, and all the psychological concepts will blow your mind. Trust me. This let me give just about concept called MNS. This is like mirror neuron system. You might have like hundreds of friends, but you don't know who is your genuine well-wisher. But once you read the book, you will understand definitely who is your well-wisher, and you will have 4 quadrants over there, like, positive set of people, negative set of, and the other two different set of people. And you will start organizing your peers, organizing your fellow social network friends, just to be more productive, because your mirror neuron system is very active. So it's gonna help you, all the concepts we gonna help you. So with that note, I'm stopping myself, and I asked my father to share his experience. So Nana, Nana, unmute చేయండి. అన్మ్యూట్ చేయాలి. నన్న వినిపిస్తోందా?
అనిపిస్తోందప్పా.
ఓకే. నన్న ఇక్కడ ఉన్న వాళ్ళందరూ ఏంటంటే లైక్ ఆథర్స్, అంటే ఈ 5 days లో బుక్ రాయడం ఎలా అనే ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ ని తీసుకొని వచ్చాడు మిస్టర్ అంశుమాన్ పాత్రో అనే అతను. సో like already you have written some books, right? So books, and I believe like more than 30-40 songs for kids. So please share your thoughts about writing, basically. Asal enduku rayali? And I know you will be like keep on writing something, and we used to think what he's writing. So just share your thoughts, Nana.
ఓకే చేద్దాం. భగవంతుడు కూడా మనిషిగా పుట్టి ఈ సమాజంలో ఎదగాలంటే అతను ఖచ్చితంగా బుద్ధి పెరగాలి. ఆ బుద్ధి పెరగాలంటే ఖచ్చితంగా చదువు కావాలి. అందుకోసమే శ్రీరామచంద్రుడు బల అతి బల విద్యలు విశ్వామిత్రుని వద్ద నేర్చేటంత వరకు అతను రాక్షసులను ఇంత సులభంగా జయించగలుగుతాడు అనేటటువంటి నమ్మకం ప్రపంచానికి కలగలేదు. అదేవిధంగా ప్రభాస తీర్థంలో సాందీపుని ఆశ్రమం చేరేంత వరకు శ్రీకృష్ణ భగవానుడు భగవద్గీతను బోధించేంత దీనిగా గురువుగా భగవద్గీత యోగాచార్యునిగా తయారవుతాడని చెప్పి మనకు తెలియదు భగవంతునికి తెలుసు, కానీ మనకు తెలియదు. ఆ విధంగా పుస్తకము అనేటటువంటిది అది తాళపత్ర గ్రంథాల రూపం కావచ్చు, పేపర్లలో ఉండేటటువంటి అక్షరాల రూపంలో కావచ్చు. మనిషి మెదడులో ఎంత నిక్షిప్తం అవుతుందో అంత మంచి సామాజిక ప్రక్రియ పుస్తకం. కనిపించని మిత్రుడు పుస్తకం. ఎంత చదివితే అంత మెదడును ఉద్ధృతం చేయగలిగేటటువంటి శక్తి కలది పుస్తకం. నా దృష్టిలో అంటే ఈ మధ్యలో కూడా మనిషి చాలా విజ్ఞానవంతుడైపోయినాను అని చెప్పి విజ్ఞానాన్ని పొందేటటువంటి విషయాలలో డిజిటల్ వ్యవస్థ వచ్చిన తర్వాత వాటిని ఆశ్రయిస్తున్నాడు. కానీ ప్రత్యక్షంగా పుస్తకము చదివితే వచ్చేంత పరిజ్ఞానం నిజానికి డిజిటల్ వ్యవస్థలో తక్కువ అనేదే నా ఉద్దేశం. అందుకోసమే
Absolutely. ఎందుకంటే like let me translate here what he's actually saying. So he's saying like, see, in this digital world, yes.
Yeah, Sindhu, I don't understand Telugu, but I think he was able to convey the message. What I felt that he was trying to say is, uh, no matter what you do, where you are, but the one thing that you need, the one thing where you can find your answer is in the books.
Exactly.
So that is the power of your values or emotions. Because I don't understand Telugu. I don't understand exactly word to word. But the way he expressed his views, it directly penetrated over here. So,
Yeah.
thanks a lot, sir.
థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Actually, like he loves reading, and at the same time he loves writing, painting, sketching. So he used to insist us to write and read basically. And in this digital era, we generally, like, for anything and everything, we search in the Google. But the problem is, like, when you feel the paper, when you feel the book, that's when you will be more cognitive basically. So that's something like he's trying to say. And yes, like, Nana, like, what do you feel about health? And we used to discuss a lot about like homeopathy, allopathy, health related, because like I used to help him in terms of diabetic plate method and all. So like, how do you feel like health ante enti, first of all, like, in your opinion, Nana?
హెల్త్ అంటే మనిషి భౌతికంగా మానసికంగా ఎంత సమతుల్య స్థితిని పొందుతాడో అది ఆరోగ్యం.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what he's saying is, like, health is combination of like social, mental, and physical, all these three components. Earlier it was actually spiritual also, but recently they have removed that the word called spiritual because of so and so reasons. But these three things are very, very important. If you are physically fit but you don't know how to talk, if you are physically fit but you are not surrounded with a good set of people, right set of people, then you are actually ill. No, that's what I have conveyed in my book. And this book is like, survey based book, and a lot of psychological concepts I have covered in this book. And there are like a lot of you might have certain questions, so all the questions will get answered, especially in a scientific method basically, like, whether how to go with, like, shall I do keto, paleo, or any kind of diet to reduce weight? No. What is the real secret of reducing weight in a sustainable manner? So that is something we have discussed. And what is the medicine for mental health? That is something like movement. When you start moving, the proteins, the brain derived proteins will get activated, and that's when you will become very cognitive. So we have discussed, so it's kind of just a small book, I would say. Just each and every page you're gonna enjoy it, that's what I can say. So yeah, over to you, Anshuman.
Thank you, Sindhu. First of all, thank you, Mr. Balaju sir, for blessing us with your presence. That means a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. And Sindhu, before coming to a book, I would say you inspired me when you share your story, your journey, where you started and now what you're doing, the transformation, right? You inspired me. So thanks a lot for that. And I'm sure you have inspired a lot of people.
Thanks, Anshuman.
Okay, now coming to your book.
You helped live my dreams, basically, because dad, I mean, author, and daughter also author, and I'm molding my daughter to become an author. And thank you so much, and you have a vision in your mind, and all the best with that.
Thank you, Sindhu. Uh, Now, the topic we're done. Okay. Now, as you asked, how many of us have gone to Google and check the BMI? A lot of us. How many of us have gone to Google and search how to lose weight? A lot of us. How many of us are going to Google and search for which diet to follow? Right now, in this digital age, uh, what we do is everything that we have in our mind, every question that we have in mind, we have only one guru, and that is Google Guru, and we ask everything to Google Guru. But the problem over here is a lot of people they upload their content on Google, and there is no guarantee that you'll get the right answer. And that's the reason a lot of people take something that is, I mean, you use the approaches or use the methods, apply those practices or practice those methods which are not actually useful, which eventually which harms us. Okay, so I'll give a small example. Okay, uh, let's say for example I have a belly. Okay, I'm fit. I'm completely fit, but I have slightly overweight and I have a belly. Okay. Now, because I want to look fit, and I have seen all these actors, all the models. For example, Tiger Shroff. I see his 8 pack or 12 pack. I don't know how many packs he has, but I see him. I get inspired, and I want to be like him. I hit the gym. Okay, because I went to Google. I searched. Okay, it's not my story, just giving an example. I searched about all these things, and the first thing that we got it, okay, you don't know, you have to work on your apps, you have to take this protein diet, you have to take this creatine, you have to take this protein shake. Okay, I used everything I had at the gym. First, I'm just overloading my body with all these unnecessary things, creatine, especially because okay, it's a debatable topic, so let's not get into that thing. But yeah, I'm in taking something which is not required. Second, just because I'm seeing, and these celebs, they comment like anything. They say, you know what, like I don't take any steroids. I don't take any anabolics. I do only work out and I eat this particular protein, and that's the reason I have a 6 pack. And a lot of people get fooled and they hit the gym, they don't get the result, and they get into depression. And then they have to read Priya's book. But that's a different story. But we need someone who actually holds the authority of this topic and who can actually tell people, you know what, whatever you're doing, whatever you're searching on Google, whatever result you are getting on Google are just bullshit. Don't do it. If you really want to improve, better your life, then go to a professional who can actually help you, not the gym instructors or not these so-called online gurus. So, and that is a responsibility
Absolutely.
and that is
Yeah.
a responsibility. So I'm really glad, I'm really happy, and I'm really thankful to you for writing on this topic because this is a very critical topic, and I see a lot of youngsters they getting in depression because just because of this thing. They want a 6 pack, they are not able to get it because without these anabolics and everything, this is not possible to get it so fast. So they don't get it. They go to depression, And some of them,
Absolutely.
some smart kids, they take anabolics and they spoil their life. So thanks a lot for adding this.
Exactly. Yeah, and I should add one point here. In that survey, we approached almost like 400 people, and we got only 104 responses, which is like where we asked them about there are like cognitive questionnaire we have designed. One is like their behavioral questions. I mean behavioral pattern, just to understand, and cognitive questions, and like preferential questions. It was like very surprising that most of the people are depending on like supplements, meal replacements basically. And it's like 58 days of course, it costs more than 25,000, and you are actually inviting so many problems like hyperlipidemia, all this nonsense. This is what like all the things like each and every question I could relate. And see, you are unique, your body is unique, you have to get a custom tailor made diet, or be it a physical fitness or whatever. But the mental fitness is something you have to work on, and there are like so many tips in the book which you can, yeah.
And I always say this is writing a book. All of us have different reason to write our own book, but rather than a reason, I mean, some people write for to get boost their brand visibility. Some people write to get passive income. Some people do it to climb up the ladder in the industry. But what is the most essential thing, according to me? Okay, and that is what I think. That is why I write books. Okay, or I take these classes. You have seen, you have heard me saying this thing. Okay, as human being, we have two superpowers: talking. We know how to talk, and we know how to write. And like Peter Parker's Uncle Sam says, with great powers come great responsibility. Now it's our responsibility to share learning. If we are not doing it, we are not doing justice to ourselves. So that's it. I will go one step forward. I'd say if you're not sharing our learning, we are not worth living on this planet. So thanks all of you for writing these topic which can actually help a lot of people. And even if guys, if you can help just one people, if you can change one life, trust me, your the purpose of life is fulfilled. So okay, on that note, now this is for the people who are watching this, who have joined. If you have a story, if you have some learning that you want to share with the world, and if you think you can change one life, then I'm sharing the link. You can join, and also we can join the second link for the WhatsApp, and we are going to share all these wonderful books by these wonderful authors. So you can join the challenge and share your learning, or you can join the WhatsApp group and get this book, and you can read this book. Now we'll open the Q&A. So yeah, feel free to ask anything to anyone, and over to our wonderful audiences.
Hi, Anshuman. This is Logesh here. Anshuman, how exactly this 5-day challenge is structured? If you could give me a small brief, which would help everybody to take action immediately,
Sure.
please.
Sure. Thank you for asking the question, Lokesh. Now, before I answer your question, I would like to just go back a step, and I would like to discuss something that Sindhu had shared. Like uh, her father, Mr. Balaraju, he is a poet, he's an author, and when he used to write, they used to write down a lot of things on paper, they keep everything up, right? So Sindhu, as a kid, she always thought that writing is a daunting task. It's a very difficult task, and not it's not for everyone. Not everyone can do it. Okay, it was true. It was true a couple of years back. Okay, now things have changed. Okay, we have technology with us, and now we can do a lot of things that was not possible before a couple of years, like going to Mars.
True. You're right.
So Chandra and Mangalyaan, right? You can have a lot of examples that were not possible before a couple of years. Now it's like okay, it's a day-to-day life kind of thing. Like for this this mobile phone. When we were a kid, nobody believed that you can carry your phone in your pocket. But now this is true. So yes, with technology, a lot of things has got simpler. Now coming to your question, Lokesh, the structure. So day one is the day, I call it the ideation day. Okay. So we brainstorm, we find out the topic that you want to write. Some of the people, they are very clear, they know what exactly they want to write. Okay, but there are some like Priya shared. Okay, there are some people who are not very sure what they want to write. They want to write, they want to share the learning, they want to do something, they want to leave their legacy behind, but they don't know what to write. Okay, so on day one we discuss what is the right topic for them based on their credibility, their experience, what they do, their lifestyle, their background. So we discuss that on day one. After that, we discuss how to craft the title, subtitle, description, because these are the cover page. They are the most important thing of your book. Before, even before people read your book, they read these things. They see the cover page, and if that is not good, no one will read your book. So that's you are spending all, you are working all the time, you are putting in all the effort to write a wonderful book, but no one will read it, and that's of no use. So
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
on day one, we work on that. Day two is the most exciting day, the most hectic day, and the most interesting day. So on day two, we craft the content of the entire book. Okay, that too without writing a single word. And how you do that? There are applications where which I'm going to share in the workshop. There are technology, there are tools, there are some techniques. So only technology will not work unless until you have the techniques, right? So that two different technology and techniques. So we share that in the workshop. So on day two, we craft the entire content, and day three is for cleaning up the housekeeping thing. So we clean all the mess we have done on day two on day three. Day four, that is Thursday, is the
Okay.
publish our book. And Friday, we celebrate those books and
Okay.
we understand how to make the best use of those books. So that is the structure of this 5 days. I hope I.
Oh, great. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. Uh, Probably in the day two, whatever the mistakes what I am doing, probably on the day three, we are going to correct everything. All right.
right.
Okay. Am I sorry? Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I need to invest on any more tools and any softwares or any subscriptions to the? I'm extremely sorry because I have seen a lot of people. Once if you go there, then a lot of affiliation comes into the picture. Again, end of the day. I mean, end of the course, they will come up with a level two. Only then you can reach that level. I mean, these are a lot of confusions happening in the market. That's why I want to be very clear, so that if is there any level two by on the day five? I just want to know. I'm very curious on that. So this is basically so that I will be ready with what the thing is. So that's why I'm asking you this.
Anshuman, can I answer this question if
Yeah,
you
please,
don't mind?
please.
Yes. Uh, I don't know, like I believe Lokesh, right? Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah,
trust
yeah,
me,
yeah.
I had the same kind of doubts. In fact, 2 weeks before I enrolled, and I was like, I was giggling every day. I used to text him like all these questions every day. So
Okay.
then I understood, like, you need not to pay anything extra. There's no kind of like, levels basically. So the day one ideation, as he mentioned, this is 5 days, it'll be like, roller coaster. And also ensure just you are like, you can withstand your sleep. That's the only thing. That's all. You don't require any kind of you need not to equip with any kind of tools. Basically, he's gonna provide everything, like, he's gonna give you all the like, necessary knowledge and the tools to publish your instead of he answering, I thought it's better to answer as a
Yeah, and
hello.
he will sleep until your book is published.
Yes.
On the
Yeah, even 6 months
True.
back, I asked him the same question, and again, same like a lot of like to do a lot of text and all of that. Like, is there in there? Marketers are doing this. He was like, no. At the end of the day, your book will be published. That's it. No more extra charges. No hidden fees or anything.
Hey, thanks a lot, Sindhu, Priya, and Annie, madam, everybody. Straight away,
Super. Welcome to the tribe then.
I
Thank
think
you so much. Thank you so much.
not with me. Did I miss
Yeah,
something?
Anshuman, I have a question to you. Am
Uh,
I?
Yep,
Hello.
that's issue
Yeah,
with network. Yeah, can you please come again, Rajiv?
yeah. I had a question for you.
Okay.
So can I ask?
Yeah, please, please go ahead.
Yeah, yeah,
But it's
yeah,
okay if I turn off my video because there's some issue with my network. It's fluctuating.
yeah. That's it. Uh, Actually, my question is for say book marketing. It is limited to India, or you have global access?
Okay. Thanks for this question, Rajiv. So it's up to you. Okay. See, writing a book is different. Okay, but marketing is again a different ballgame, right?
Okay.
So before you market your book, first you need to understand where are your readers. Okay,
Mhm,
are they in India, are they in US, or are they in some different country? Okay,
mhm.
let me give you three examples: India, US, and Malaysia.
Okay.
Okay, in on India we have Amazon.in. Okay,
Mm.
on US we have Amazon.com. But in Malaysia, they don't have Amazon of their country, right? So first you need to understand where are your audience, and based on that, you need to market it. So to give you a short answer, you can market your book in the world, but you should know where are your where are your readers. So based on that, we apply different strategies according to the audience you have. I
Thank you,
hope
Anshuman.
I answered your question.
Just one thing I want to add. So I did not think so much about it, and I just published normally in Amazon.in. But I had a few friends who were in the UK and Australia and at other places, and I saw that yes, there were sales from those countries as well. But I did not target that. But because they wanted to read, they could read it and
Right.
purchase it. Yeah.
Yeah, I just have to add also, I just published my book and I already have a couple of buyers from Canada. I mean, in fact, I didn't think of all that. But basically, it's my sister who is putting my book around. She's like, hey, my sister has written a book, so she's this from us. So that's what is happening. But I guess, once we are visible, people will start buying our book.
Right. So again, just to clarify it a bit, so there are two things, right? One is a paperback and one is the Kindle. Okay. Now your Kindle is available across the globe. So even if you don't market, if somebody got the link, if you're the day one assignments, we have done it properly. Okay. People can find your book and they can read it without marketing. Okay. I'm talking about the Kindle thing, the Kindle version. But things will not be different when you go for the hard copy, right? So yes, you can sell anywhere in the world, but if you have a clear strategy that this is the marketplace I want to target, that's going to be easier for you after you publish a book to sell more. I'm not saying you won't be selling any copies, but if a clear strategy in mind, a clear audience in mind, that will help you to sell more books. We can discuss that. I can help you with that. That's a different story. But
Anshuman,
yeah,
actually, I like to share my experience.
yeah, please, I would love to know.
Yeah. Actually, I have published only one book and I have self-published.
Oh, awesome,
Actually,
awesome.
Thank you. And actually, I have published in Amazon.com and Amazon.com and Amazon.in. And my book price is 99 cents for ebook, and it is $5.99 for the paper version. But if I charge that or convert that 5.99 into Indian currency, so it will be around 600, 700. And in India, you don't find that kind of buyer who will pay you 600, 700 for a book. So we Indians are happy with say 150, 200, 300 bucks. And in my experience with some quarters and like that, so you can find buyers in Europe and US, Canada, who will go to pay you up till say 17, $18 per paper version book. And for this ebook, say it's $4, $3 like that. So actually, we have to go for some Indian publisher separately. We'll publish it in say in a less price, which suits the Indian author. Actually, I very recently published my book, and my response is not that good because I'm doing the marketing stuff and all myself, and I'm not that say tech savvy or say market savvy. So maybe with time I will keep up with this. My sharing.
Awesome. First of all, congrats for publishing your first book. Okay,
Thank you.
it takes a lot of courage to publish your book and get in front of people, because the moment you publish a book, you are vulnerable. Okay, people will say good or bad, they'll say anything, right? You have to handle those things. So it takes a lot of courage to write your book and publish it. So first of all, congrats for that. Now, the second part you said is people will not buy in India, right? I would like to disagree on that. Okay, so tell me one thing, Rajiv. Uh, where do you stay?
Sorry,
Where do you stay? Where do you stay?
I
Yeah,
I'm from Assam.
Assam. Okay. Um, so wherever you stay, okay, it doesn't matter. So there are some roadside stalls, okay, where you can get tea. Okay, how much you pay for the tea?
$10,
10 bucks. The same tea, if you go to a normal restaurant, or normal decent restaurant, how much you pay?
$20.
25. Okay.
Yeah,
If you go to a five-star for the same tea, got my point.
100 bucks, $200.
Okay, but things are different. So people don't buy products, and a lot of people
Yes,
buy people. Even that is there are a lot of myths we are surrounded with. People don't buy people. People buy experiences, right? So yes, 1,000 rupee book to Indians, but you know how to sell. You have to know how to sell, right? So for me, if you ask me to sell, okay, let's not get into that. It's not about sales, uh, which I'm coming up. I think I have to come up very soon because a lot of myths around sales also. But yes, it's not difficult to sell anything to anyone. It's pretty easy. You should know the strategy. You should know how it works, and it's pretty easy. But the most important part is even if I sell you, for example, this Kit Kat, I can sell it to you for 100 rupees. I can build a story around it. I can sell you for 100 rupees. But after you have this Kit Kat, if you realize that it's not worth 100 rupees, you'll spoil my name, right?
actually.
So that is the reason. That is where I want people to focus on the
Mhm.
value. When I say, if you ask anyone who have published a book, one thing I say repeated every day almost: add value, add value, add value. It's not about the price. You can sell, and I'll tell you how to sell. But if you're not adding value to a book and you're selling it, please spoil your name, your reputation. Right? And yeah, if you need help in selling, you can contact me later after this event, and we can take it ahead. That's a different package altogether. But yes,
Sure.
don't worry about how to sell. It is possible. Focus on how to add value.
Thank you.
So, okay, but thanks a lot for asking the question, Rajiv. Okay. Oh, I can see Logesh joined. Congrats, Logesh, and welcome to the family. I just noticed
Hey,
it.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Anyway, the next 1 week I'm going to, I don't know, you are going to, I mean, whatever is end of the fifth day, I just need the results. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome and congratulations. And one more thing I would like to share with you, Logesh, you joined at the right time and a very special time you joined.
Okay.
23rd
Yeah.
of April, 23rd of April,
23rd.
World Book Publishing and Copyright Day. Okay, and we're trying to go for a record this time. Okay. And today, you can call later. If you want, you can participate in this also. And we'll publish a book on 23rd. And you can see your name on India Book of Record. Or if everything goes as planned, you can see your name on Asia Book of Record. So, congrats. Nice choice.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much.
Most welcome. Okay. Uh,
Is there anything like, do we need to concentrate on non-fiction, fiction? Is it something like, is there anything, Anshuman?
See, again, it's up to you. It's completely up to you, right? But
Okay.
there's a small difference when it comes to choosing the right genre. Okay, if you're writing a fiction, okay, you're not writing the story. So there is something you must have heard. You should write your painting and you should paint your stories, right? So when you see a painting, it should be able to.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
So when you see, it's a very popular saying. You must have heard it. It's like you should write your painting and you should paint your stories, right? That means
Okay, okay, okay.
when you look at the painting, you should be able to read your painting, read that painting, understand what the author wants to say. Similarly, when you read a story, it should be painted in such a way that you can get all those visuals in your mind while reading. You should be able to feel the emotion. You have to feel the anger, the frustration, the happiness, the smile, the tears, right? So, in order to do that, it takes a lot of imagination. So, if you are not very creative, if it's your first book, you have not written anything in creative line, I would say your first book you can work for a non-fiction. But because non-fiction is very simple, you have experienced these things in your life, you know what they are, you know what exactly you want to say.
Anshuman, sorry, your voice is breaking, Anshuman.
Uh, I'm gonna kill my internet service provider. Any lawyer over here who can help me getting a bail? Okay, sorry for that. So my
Yeah,
internet.
now it's clear. Now it's clear. Please go ahead.
So I was saying, when it comes to the non-fiction, it's a bit different. Now, in case of non-fiction, you know the message that you want to convey. You know what all thing you have to write. You have experienced all these things throughout your life, maybe since last 5 or 10 years, maybe 40 years, depending on what topic you're going to write. Right? You have to share your learning that you have already experienced, that you have already lived through, rather than imagining something and paint that story in a short span of time. Unless until you are already into creative writing.
Okay, I got it. Got it. So if I write in terms of a business category, then it comes under non-fiction, right?
Yeah. So for the first time authors who have no experience in creative writing, I would suggest going with a non-fiction. But
Okay,
we
great.
have
Thank
all
you.
fictions, a lot of them actually in this challenge. But yeah, that is what my solution would be.
Okay, so business is coming under non-fiction, right?
Yeah, it's non-fiction.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Okay, so guys, I have some issue with the network, so please don't mind if I sound like a robot or my voice breaks in between. So I think we have the wonderful authors over here, and we have also Satya who can take over if uh, I fail to convey something. Okay, anyone else want to ask anything? We have still 15 minutes, 10 minutes. So if you want to ask anything, you can ask anyone. And again, I'm sharing the links. So just in case anyone wants to uh, join this program, you can join. Or yeah, the second link I want all of you to join, because this is a link where you can get all the books. Because if you share the links on this chat, the moment we end this meeting, we'll lose everything. So that's the reason I want you to uh, join the WhatsApp group. Okay. My bad. I shared in a private message. Sorry. Okay. I've shared the links, both the links. So you guys can join the WhatsApp group and get access to the books And if you really want to share your learning, you can join the first link. And next week I'll see you here talking about your book. Okay. Anything else, guys? Anyone has anything to ask? Come on, we have so many wonderful authors over here. I have a lot of questions for them. I can see Nirvik also. Hey Nirvik, good to see you. Even he is from this family. He published, I think, in Jan. He published a book in January, right? Nirvik?
Anshuman, the voice is coming from far.
Am I audible now?
You're audible, but the voice.
But
So,
the
Satya,
voice is coming from far.
It's very feeble, Anshuman. I think it's the right time to sue your internet provider.
Yeah.
Maybe if you want rejoin.
okay. Satya, can you please take it ahead because there are several questions. I think you would be the best person to.
Okay, Anshuman, no problem. Hi, Nirvik. Yeah, actually, like you were asking that, like, can you please share about your book?
Yeah, sure, Satya. So, first of all, I just want to thank Anshuman for such a course. I never thought that I'll become an author. When I'm attending today's meeting and seeing this epic summit, I'm seeing people who are really passionate about writing. In my case, I have never really been truly that much passionate about writing. I just came across an advertisement on Facebook where I saw Anshuman telling that I'll make sure you publish your book in 5 days. So at that time, uh, I thought this is like maybe it is possible for those who are really good at writing or who are seasoned writers. Maybe for them it is possible, but not for somebody who is new, who is completely a beginner at it or an amateur. So at that time I was skeptical, but some there was some confidence that Anshuman gave off in his video. So I thought maybe it's worth a try, and I decided to join it, and the rest is history because he completely changed my idea of what it means to be an author, what it takes to be an author. I wrote a book called Sit Still and Get What You Want because I practice yoga and meditation. I'm not a certified teacher, but I practice it under the guidance of Sadhguru, who is a realized master and he's famous all over the world. So I decided to write. I mean, I cannot teach the Kriya Yoga and all that, but I can teach some very simple techniques so that people can uh, maybe get one step closer to the life of their dreams. That is what that book is all about. It is called Sit Still and Get What You Want. When I say this thing that to achieve the life of your dreams, I don't just mean any specific dream in particular. Uh, it could be something like whatever dream you may have that is personal to you. You don't even need to share it, but how to how to achieve it in an easier manner, that depends, that answer you can find out yourself, and that will be aided through self inquiry and meditation, yoga, spirituality. That is where this thing comes into play, finding your own answers by yourself. I'm not enlightened or something, but and nor is this book going to get you enlightened, but it will get you one step closer to that. It is almost like a beginner's book, but even if you are very much deep into meditation, even if you are a monk, you will still be able to relate to this book because uh, it doesn't just give you some techniques that okay, sit like this, do like this, hold this mudra. It will offer some perspectives about what is the real meaning of life, what this life is really all about, what it means to be truly happy. Uh, is it like being happy with what you have, or is it dreaming big and chasing those dreams, or is it somewhere in between these two? So that is where this book may help you. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. Also, do share your book in the group, like not in the WhatsApp group. Later, you can join the group where Ansuman actually said it just now.
Sure, Satya.
Okay. We again shared it as well. So you can join the group and you can actually share the link where like we are like almost like 100 people and other participants who can actually read the book.
Sure, Satya.
So I think your model has already asked. So 1 minute muting because the voice was there. Yeah, so I think we can end the session today. So thank you everyone for joining Author Summit Season 8. And then like we have been actually running this almost 2 months because the Season 8 is actually every weekend. It's every weekend is happening. So every Sunday at 11:30 a.m. Yeah, so it will happen again next week with the new authors. So I really love like how our authors are sharing each and every book, and then they are written and insightful. So yeah, thank you again everyone, and I hope this is season is helpful, and then like we will be coming back again next week.
And thanks, Satya. And sorry, my voice was breaking. That's the reason I have to turn off my video and everything. If you guys can hear me, thanks a lot for joining us. And I hope you had a good time. And the most important thing, which I want to fit in the reason why we have these sessions, is I hope you guys have learned something from these amazing authors. So thanks a lot for joining, and we'll catch you next week, next Sunday, 11:30. Till the time, take care and have fun. Good
Yeah,
chance.
thank you everyone.
Thank you, Anshuman.
Bye
Thank you,
everyone.
Anshuman. Thank you,
Thank
Satya.
you, everyone. Thank you. Bye bye.